In today's news, NSC addresses recent shooting. Premier defends $670,000 music festival. Inaugural VG55 gospel concert to be held. 25 athletes head to CARIFTA Games in Grenada, and container ship slams into Baltimore Bridge. In addition to that, J.A.W.S book launched. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Angie, how can I get my claims paid quick? Rent's due next week.
CG processes 99% of claims within 5 days. Remember when I was hang gliding with those goats? I caught a gust of wind and flew right into a moving car. Every appendage was in the cast, and they paid fast and fairly. That's what I get for trusting a man with a mustache and an eye patch. Now I gotta go. I'm meeting the guy who bedazzled my toes.
99% of claims are processed within 5 days. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually...
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites. It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Tuesday, March 26, 2024. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast on the local scene in the wake of the shooting incident that occurred this past Friday, March 22nd, leaving one man injured, the National Security Council convened an urgent meeting on Monday to address the matter. During the meeting, the Commissioner of Police provided an update on the condition of the victim, J.A.W.S, as well as the ongoing investigation into the shooting. The Commissioner also informed the Council about the recent unconfirmed reports of further gunshots heard in the Humptons Gut area on the evenings of March 23rd and 24th. While the nature of these reported incidents remains under investigation, the NSC vowed to stay apprised of developments and have more extensive discussions later this week. The Council expressed gratitude towards the members of the community who have already come forward with information to assist the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force in their investigation. They also encourage anyone who may have had contact with Mr. Rumney in the 24 to 48 hours leading up to the incident to provide tips by calling Crime Stoppers at 800-8477 or the confidential hotline at 368-9339. In a call for calm through the territory, the NSC urged all communities to continue supporting the police as they work to resolve this case and any other unsolved crimes. The Council reaffirmed its commitment to introducing necessary measures and relevant legislation to bring about resolution. The National Security Council, chaired by the Governor, comprises key figures including the Premier, the Minister of Communications and Works, the Attorney General, and the Commissioner of Police. Its mandate covers matters related to internal security and significant criminal activities within the British Virgin Islands. As the British Virgin Islands gears up for its highly anticipated annual Music Fest, Premier Dr. the Honourable Natalia Wheatley addressed concerns about the event's price tag, estimating the cost at some $670,000. However, he firmly dismissed suggestions that this constituted a waste of money. During a recent press conference, Premier Wheatley argued that major music festivals like this one generate significant economic activity and revenue streams that ultimately benefit the entire territory. The Premier pushed back against critics who claim the funds would be better allocated elsewhere, such as infrastructure or healthcare.
Let me just say, the concept that this money should be spent on other things is something that I hear quite a lot. But what persons should recognize and understand is that if you want to put money into schools, if you want to put money into your infrastructure, if you want to put money into your healthcare institutions, all of that money is generated from your economy. So you better make some investments in your economy if you want to continue to provide for the social needs of your community. Now, that then will in turn beg the question as to whether this event does something for the economy, whether it helps to bolster the economy, whether it makes money for the economy. And that's why I'm saying to you, it's necessary for us to present a scientific information, because perhaps if I tell you, you just won't believe me.
While the upfront costs seem substantial, Premier Wheatley expressed optimism that the event could potentially break even or even turn a profit through ticket sales alone. The Premier also took aim at opposition members who have voiced criticism, accusing them of hypocrisy.
Just on ticket sales alone, this event most likely will either break even or make a profit, not even speaking about the impact on the wider economy. So the whole concept that it's a waste of money, I believe, will be proven to be false. And I'll add this about the opposition. Several of them were in government between 2011 and 2019, and they used to give plenty money to the music festival. And I find that often the opposition have selective memory, and often they put forward opinions which contradict their actions when they were in government. So they saw the benefit of music festivals when they were in government, but yet, they don't see the benefit of it now. And I would say to the public, while it might seem popular to look at these music festivals as a waste of money, I will ask them, how should our artists feel who participate in these music festivals, where they're a platform for their talents? How should our food and beverage companies feel when you look at these music festivals as a waste of money? How should our rent-a-cars feel? How should our clothing stores feel? Our food and beverage businesses, how should they feel when we have members of the government who are saying, well, this event is a waste of money? In fact, it should be the opposite. When these events happen, we should all be cheerleaders for the event. We should help to promote the events. We should be telling the world to come to the Virgin Islands as Virgin Islands patriots, not playing politics.
Dr. Albert Tompkins, Walter Barrett, and Joshua Edwards of the Virgin Islands have teamed up and written a book titled J.A.W.S. The book is geared towards helping persons through their journey and provide a manuscript for success. Recently, the gentleman stopped by to speak with me about the book and the official launch.
J.A.W.S. stands for the journey, the approach, and the work to success.
Interesting. Good. So how did this trio come about? How did this partnership, this relation come about to now have this piece of work?
So it started actually back in 2017 after the devastating hurricanes of Irma and Maria. We were part of a group called Project Uplift, whereby we were going throughout the territory just giving inspirational talks and motivation to those in the public service, because it was a very trying time. And I noticed that the three of us together, we had this chemistry. We had similar gifts and similar passions. And I said, wow, we should work together. And so in 2018, I was finishing my first book. And I asked these gentlemen, I said, you guys writing books? And they said, we are. So I said, let's launch our book together.
Beautiful.
So we launched all three of our books together one time in 2019. First time in the Virgin Islands. The three men got together and launched one book. Then after that, I said, well, we should write one book together. And I thought about it. There's a saying that says, taking success out of the jaws of failure. That's how you're being successful. And I said, J.A.W.S. Yeah, J.A.W.S. J for Joshua, the journey. A for Albert, the approach, and then W, the works for Walter. So it all came together, and so we've now come with this book called J.A.W.S. to Success.
And now that you explain it, it makes a lot of sense. They also took time to encourage persons to come out to the grand book launch, which is expected to be very exciting.
April the 11th, 6:45 p.m. at the New Life Baptist Church.
Yes.
It is not a church event, but we wanted somewhere that could hold the number of people that we're anticipating and have them in a comfortable environment. So we're inviting everyone to come out on April 11th, 6:45 p.m., the New Life Baptist Church, for a launch that's going to be like no other book launch you've ever experienced. I mean, not just saying that we know the journey that we have gone through. We know the approaches that we've taken. We know the work that we put in it. We know what we have in store for those who come out. There is a special giveaway for some lucky person who's going to be there. There are some great announcements that we're going to be making. And everybody's going to have an opportunity to purchase a copy of this wonderful book that's going to change their life. Whatever facet of your life you're in that you're seeking success for, This book has the answer, it has the formula.
For the full interview, visit all 284 media platforms. Viewers, up next, we have more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
He hit me. Will CG cover this?
Don't worry. Remember when I was in that competitive arm wrestling circuit? 3-time champion, baby. I did feel bad crushing all those arms and dreams. So I took them all out for ice cream. And then we got crushed. Anyway, CG handled my claims fast.
That explains the arm.
The best cover for the best value. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Yo, everything good there? Aye. This thing got me one way that day. What you mean? Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, know?
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know, I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hooked, I tell you.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Continuing on in the British Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands Athletics Associations unveiled its roster of 25 exceptional athletes set to compete at the prestigious 51st Annual CARIFTA Games in Grenada from March 30th to April 1st. The BVIAA General Secretary Stephanie Russ-Penn presented the full complement of athletes at a press conference hosted at the Elmer Stout High School on Saturday, March 23rd. Leading the charge are the under-17 girls, a spirited group comprising of 6 talented athletes who will not only compete in their respective events, but also form a formidable team for the 4x100 meter relays.
We have Danielle Clark. Danielle is one of our jumpers at the game. She will be high jumping. We have Jamelia Chambers, who will also be contesting the high jump. We have Mackenzie Crabb, who will be competing in the 100 and the 200 meter dash. We have Michaela Logan, who will be part of the 4x1 on the 17 girls team. We have Romina Davis, who is going to be contesting the shot put and the discus. We have Shira Stout, who is going to be contesting the long jump.
Similarly, the under-17 boys, consisting of 6 dynamic individuals, will join the fray in the 4x100 meter relays, adding another layer of excitement to their competitive journey.
We have Jaheim Leonard Joseph, part of the 4x1 on the 17 team. We have Mario Carter, who's going to contest the 1 and the 2. We have Ortney Gillens, who will be competing in the high jump. We have Shamal Donovan, member of the 4x1 relay team. Tiandre Frett, who will compete in the 1 and the 200 meters. And Tyreek Childs, who will compete in the high jump.
The underage 20 girls emerge as the largest contingent, boasting 8 formidable athletes primed to make their mark in both individual events and the firstly contested 4x100 meter relays.
First off, Amia Tadman. Amia will compete in the 100 meters. We have Asia McMaster, who will compete in the long jump. We have Jordan Thomas, who will compete in the 100 and the 200. We have Jakaila Morton, competing in the high jump. We have Palisa Caesar, competing in the shot put and the discus. We have Shania Johnson, who will be part of the 4x1 team. We have Saviana Joseph, competing in the shot put and the discus, and not with us here, we have one of our overseas athletes, Miss J.A.W.S, who will compete in the 200 meters.
The under-20 boys, comprising 5 exceptional athletes, are gearing up to showcase their ability on the track, with the potential to contribute significantly to the 4x400 meter mixed relay event, where they will collaborate with 2 members of the underage 20 girls.
We have Jabari Pemberton. Jabari is competing in the octathlon. We have Jaden Jackson competing in the 1. Jaden competes in the 1 and the 2. We have Jonathan Lynch. Jonathan will compete in the 800, and coming from abroad, we have Andres Michael in the shot put and the discus, and we have Makori Crab in the 400 and the triple jump.
Now, viewers, the team's composition reflects a careful balance of talent and potential under the expert guidance of team manager Annabelle Skelton-Malone, head coach Owen Telemack, and a cadre of dedicated coaches including Winston Potter, Eric Matthias, and Kareem Hodge. Adding to the team's strength is psychotherapist Sean Williams, ensuring the athletes are primed both physically and mentally for the challenges ahead. Amidst queries regarding the selection process, BVIAA President Steve Augustine emphasized the association's commitment to nurturing talent, explaining that while some athletes narrowly missed the qualifying standards, their selection was based on observed potential and developmental considerations.
What we have done, of course, you spoke about the qualifiers who we've made known through social media. We've put that information out, and we've also sat and we've looked at those who are rather close to the qualifying standards and made a determination amongst ourselves in relation to their development as to whether or not the CARIFTA Games would be beneficial to their athletic progress. And those who are just outside the qualifying standards, that is the basis of which they are sitting here before us today. And of course, yes, the relays, getting those athletes to compete with each other based on the fact that World Juniors and meets of that type still meets that the association looks to project to doing very well at. And we see the CARIFTA Games as a development process towards events such as those.
In a demonstration of unwavering support, Honorable Cherie B. DeCastro, Minister for Education, Youth Affairs, and Sports, reaffirmed the government's commitment and dedication to fostering athletic development. Minister DeCastro presented a generous $100,000 check to the Athletics Association, symbolizing the government's investment in the future of sports and the holistic development of the athletes throughout 2024.
But I just want to say to all the athletes in the room, we've been hearing you, and the government of the Virgin Islands is committed to ensuring that we support you at all levels, and we are putting our money where our mouth is because we see the talent that is in BVI, and we want to be a part of your development and your training. So President Steve and the entire team, on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Government of the Virgin Islands, I want to congratulate you as you seek to represent the territory at the CARIFTA Games in Grenada, and we look forward to continuing to support you throughout the job.
Churches from across Virgin Gorda and Tortola are joining forces to present the inaugural VG55 Gospel Concert, slated to take place at the Jeffrey Keynes Sports Arena on Virgin Gorda on Friday, March 29th. The event promises to be a celebration of faith and unity, bringing together Christians from all walks of life. In a recent interview with 284 Media, Bishop Paul Ricketts, one of the organizers of the concert, expressed his enthusiasm for the upcoming event. He emphasized that the concert is designed to be an uplifting experience for all attendees, providing an opportunity for believers to come together and celebrate their shared faith.
Anything good finance over the years, we have had small little pieces of this here and there. This will be the first year that we're having it. But we, in terms of this scale that we're going to have it this year, in which, several of the churches, along with some of the churches from Tortola, are coming together to just have this mass celebration. This is the first year, and we're excited about it. I want to brag about Virgin Gorda being a unique place in terms of the British Virgin Islands. Even after the storm, we can see that Virgin Gorda folks came together early. By the time the government got there, we were already organized and ready to roll in terms of starting the cleanup and so forth. A similar thing happened within the church realm. Now, I'm not going to stay and paint a perfect picture as if we are always together. But for the most part, most of the churches in Virgin Gorda, we do our best to work together and to function together. We understand this. We might have different labels, but the truth is we are serving the same master. The bottom line is we are working for the same boss. And so we come together to celebrate. So it's not really about New Testament or about Baptist or about Methodist. It's the churches coming together to have this one massive celebration.
Princess London, another organizer of the event, shared details about the diverse lineup of activities planned for the evening. While the focus will undoubtedly be praising Jesus, of course, she said attendees can also look forward to a captivating dance production featuring participants from various churches in Virgin Gorda and Tortola. London said this dynamic performance promises to entertain and inspire audiences of all ages.
It's a dance piece, but within that piece we have several different types of dancing. But yeah, so we're dancing to this song called Rend the Heavens. Yeah, it's gonna be great. You'll have to come to see it to experience it. Well, let me say one thing: the main attraction is Jesus. So yes, it is going to be a grand piece, but the main attraction is Jesus. We have dancing, but then we also have some people who will be ministering in worship. So they would be singing, and that's what we have this year: dancing and singing.
For those interested in attending the VG55 Gospel Concert, Mrs. Tashana Leonard, a member of the organizing committee, provided information on how to secure tickets for the event.
VG55 will be held at the Jeffrey Kane Arena in Virgin Gorda, better known as the basketball court, right up there near Copper Mine entrance there. It will be $15 for adults and $10 for children. The adult tickets you can get at the churches in Tortola and on Virgin Gorda, and at the gate you will pay for the children. Yes, it's going to be at 7 p.m. on the 29th of March of this year.
With the stage set and excitement mounting, the VG55 Gospel Concert promises to be a night filled with inspiration, worship, and celebration. Viewers, up next we have more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands. Start the year off with more. More speed, more downloading, more savings, and more Fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected. Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second, super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI CCT Fire and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. BVI defeats USVI to advance in the World Cup qualifiers. In a stunning display of skill and pure determination, the British Virgin Islands senior men's football team clinched a remarkable victory against their rivals, the United States Virgin Islands, in the second leg of the FIFA World Cup qualifiers today. Our Kamal Haynes has more on the story.
Well, after 120 minutes of normal play and extra time, the game all came down to penalties. Our Zarni Coward of the BVI brought it home for the boys with a 4-2 score line. With that win, we'll take the BVI to the next stage of the World Cup qualifiers for FIFA World Cup 2026. But let's take a look at some of those highlights. Viewers, as you see it, pure jubilation here from the Aero Shirley Recreation Ground with the BVI team. On behalf of 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes reporting.
On the international scene, a catastrophic scene unfolded in the port city of Baltimore in the United States early Tuesday morning when a 948-foot Singapore flagged container ship smashed into 4-lane Francis Scott Key Bridge, causing a portion of it to collapse into the Patapsco River below. The force of the impact sent cars and an unknown number of people plunging into the waters around 1:30 a.m. Rescue efforts frantically search for survivors, pulling out 2 individuals in the first few hours. One is in very serious condition. Officials believe at least 7 to 20 people may have been thrown into the river when huge sections of the 1.6-mile bridge crumbled like a mangled mass of metal. However, they cautioned that the exact number remains unclear in the chaotic hours following the catastrophic collision. Officials said, and I quote, "It was something out of an action movie. It was something you never thought you'd see." Mayor Brandon Scott describing a scene of twisted metal shouting into the sky. Now, the U.S. Coast Guard immediately deployed response teams to the area for search and rescue operations after the container ship, identified as the Dali, forced the trellis bridge to collapse upwards. President Joe Biden was briefed on the incident through the White House, and they stated that there was no indication of nefarious intent behind the collision. According to reports, the Dali had lost, and I quote, "proportional while deploying the port of Baltimore, with its crew notifying Maryland officials they had lost control of the massive vessel. Work crews were on the bridge at the time it was struck. The sonar detection submerged vehicles in waters around 50 feet deep. The impact also sparked a fire on the ship itself. The Francis Scott Key Bridge is a critical transportation area, and its closure has brought, of course, operations at the Port of Baltimore, one of the busiest in the nation, to a standstill. As rescue efforts continue and authorities investigate the circumstances behind this maritime disaster, serious concerns loom about potential supply chain disruptions that could ripple across the Northeast United States in the coming days and weeks. Viewers, that is it for today's News Roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com, and of course, like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Goodbye and happy Tuesday.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. What on there? You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?